Alright guys, coming up 5 minutes to the New Zealand CPI quarter-on-quarter release. We're looking for a forecast of a 0.8% with the previous release of 0.6%. So today we'll be looking for a deviation of at least a 0.3%. So if we get a 1.1, we're looking to buy the New Zealand dollar, and if we get a 0.5 or worse, we're looking to sell the New Zealand dollar. Looking at the market today, we're seeing the New Zealand dollar trading just hovering around the 74 cents. And that's basically a milestone for this currency, at least right now. And with the recent strength in the Australian dollar, we're seeing that the New Zealand dollar is actually catching up a little bit. The upper top of the range is actually at the 74.50, and the lower end of the range is at the 72.50. So we do have a pretty good range here, and we're close to the top of still 50 pips. So on a better than expected release, we could see the market push this pair up to maybe test the high, and we'll have to see if the New Zealand dollar actually breaks higher in order for us to make a trade. Now if the number is worse than expected, then obviously we got plenty of room to be trading downwards. At any rate, this is a slow moving currency. Expect to hold on to a trade for a little bit, and because we're coming up in a kind of low liquidity environment trading time, we have to be a little bit patient with this trade and see if we'll be able to hold on to it for a little longer, maybe even a couple of hours until Nikkei open to cash out our profits. So once again, give you guys some preview here. The CPI is expected at 0.8 with the previous at 0.6. We're looking for 1.1 to buy or 0.5 to sell. So that's it. Coming out in 2 minutes now. Let's just stand by and see if we can go ahead and trade this thing, hopefully make some money.
We're expecting New Zealand CPI figures quarter-on-quarter expected 0.8% prior, 0.6% year-on-year expected at 1.1% prior, 1.9% will be leading off the quarter-on-quarter. New Zealand dollar trading above 74 cents ahead of the data, up just under 10%.
Okay, 5-10 seconds, we're gonna get it. So stand by.
Quarter-on-quarter 1.3% higher than expected.
Okay, it's higher than expected.
New Zealand dollar spiking higher. Year-on-year 1.7% also higher than expected. Kiwi moving to fresh highs, last at 0.7432, up 0.5%. NZD yen spiking to 66.41, up just under 0.4%.
Okay, we're seeing it testing the high of the day immediately.
New Zealand's non-tradables inflation plus 1% quarter-on-quarter, and Q3 non-tradables inflation plus 3% year-over-year.
Okay, we're gonna be looking for an entry to buy.
Good prices coming in at minus 0.7%, also better than minus 0.9% prior quarter.
We saw an immediate jump about 35 pips, 40 pips right now. I like to see this thing coming down to maybe 74.10, 74.20 before jumping in a trade.
Kiwi spiking lower by more than 0.35%, last at 123.13 overall. New Zealand dollar broadly firmer following the CPI data. Australian dollar yen, and also Australian dollar USD moving into negative territory, being weighed down by the selling. Aussie Kiwi, Aussie last at 0.9151, Australian dollar yen down 0.07%, last at 81.79.
The year-on-year came out at 1.7.
Note the quarter-over-quarter 1.3% is the highest level for New Zealand quarterly CPI since.
Okay, the 1.7 level on the year-on-year probably means that we will see a rate hike pretty soon. So there's a lot of expectation now for this pair to keep on going. At least that's my take on it. So I like to get in, if possible, at maybe 74.30, 25, if I can get that. We're not seeing much of a retracement, but I do hope we'll get some kind of retracement down here. Remember, the 55, 54 level happens to be the year-long high of that level, so we could see the market breaking that I think the market should easily break that, but not on the first try. Probably will see some kind of a retracement before it continues on to that resistance level. So it's only 2 minutes after the release and the liquidity is pretty thin right now. So let's give it a little bit of time and let's aim for that 74.30 level. See if we can actually get that. It would really be a decent trade if we can get to that level. Now if we don't get to that level, I don't really want to miss this trade either, but we're looking at hitting to that resistance. It's just a matter of risk to reward ratio. Do we want to make 12 pips with the possibility of losing 40 pips, because the market could come down to the 7400, and especially at this low liquidity time, it could be a big player taking profits and then turn this trade upside down. If there are more traders, then the market would likely to continue the strength, but there are just not that many traders. So it comes to a choice now. We're gonna do it fully knowing the risk, or we are going to be taking it easy. Since we already made 30 pips today, are we going to be giving that back? So that's what's going through my mind right now, especially with this trade. I mean, seeing it keep on going up, it's not helping at all, but then we don't know if we're gonna break that high. See, we're hitting it. Hopefully we're gonna bounce it off from there. So let's hope it will retrace, give us an entry. If it doesn't, then you know what, we missed it. I'm feeling quite uneasy to be trading this unless there's a possibility for good profit. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off the air a little bit, and if and when this trade comes back down to the 30s, I will be back on the mic and we can take this trade and hopefully we'll make some money. I think 26 will be the perfect entry if it goes down to the 25, 26 area. I'm going to jump in right here.
It's moved into positive territory against most currencies with the exception of the NZD, Euro, Yen. Just off session lows down at 10%.
See, the minute I jump in, it went down to 26. We're going to be looking at the 7400 for the stop loss, because I think if it goes below that, then we're looking at a possible reversal. So 7400 is the stop loss. So you can either take profit 30 pips from your entry or wait for 7490. But word of warning, 7490 could be midnight or even after midnight when London opens. So it could be a good 6 hours away. But 30 pips should be well within our target. Okay everybody, this is Henry, 7:54 p.m. It's almost about 2 hours and 10 minutes after the release. The market is basically stalling and we're seeing about 4 pips of loss. The market is being fluctuating up and down. So I'm going to go ahead and close the trade and take my loss, because there's the RBA Stevens is going to come out with a speech and I'm not sure what the market's going to do. So when in doubt, stay out. That's the plan. So I'm going to stay out of the market right now. And I'm going to close the trade for 3 pips of loss. Not a big deal, but at least we try, and we did have a possibility of make some pips. But unfortunately, we didn't make it this time. But not a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and close it, and we're going to mark it as a small loss, about 4 pips right now. Okay, that's it. Thank you.